Hi guys, I wanted to do this video before the light fades. It gets dark very quickly these days. So before I start, if I could ask you please to subscribe to the channel and also to select all notifications, ring the notification bell, and then you'll be notified when I post some new videos. So it's been a very roller coaster 24 hours for me personally. I all of a sudden just was hit by the enormity of the cats that we've lost over the last 12 months or so. It seems that I'm almost unable to grieve properly about them, but then eventually it just hits me, and that's what happened yesterday when I was looking through some old videos with Harry and Jojo. Stop fighting, Sparky. And Bruiser and Henri and all the others. And then to cap all that off, I watched an excellent tribute video on YouTube that someone had done for their cats. It was an animated movie about 4.5 minutes long, and it just tore me to shreds. Within those few frames, it brought everything home to me. Things that you don't really think about often. It seems that we as humans have mechanisms to protect ourselves from grief and pain, and it's associated with time. They say time heals, but it doesn't really. It just hides things for a while, and then when you least expect it, it sneaks up on you, and gives you a kick just to remind you. So it's quiet here tonight. I'm going to go out in a minute and get these guys some food that they like, some nice food, because they deserve it. And they don't often get what they like these days. They get what they need to survive, but not exactly what they actually like. So I'm going to change that today, just for one day only. Mark also asked me to do an update on the sick ones. So this is one of the most sick ones. This is Amber, and I'm pretty convinced that she's got something going on in her mouth. I think she's got cancer on her lips. She's eating well. Her fur's in pretty good condition considering that she's got a mouth problem. She's growing her winter fur now, so it's getting longer. But she's got FIV, and there's nothing that we can do about that except to make her as comfortable as we possibly can, for as long as we possibly can. So she's probably near the top of our worry list right now, closely followed by Minnie Moo. Minnie's just old. She's 14 years old, or maybe 15 now, maybe 15. And I know that some people will say that that's no age at all for a cat, and you're correct. That well-bred cats can routinely live until they're 25 or older. But these little ruffians that we take in off the streets, they're usually in a terrible condition when we find them. And it takes all of our strength and all of our dedication to nurse them back to some kind of health and make sure that they have some kind of a life, which they all have. There's very few who die very, very young. Unfortunately, we had that with Ginger, who was cruelly taken away from us when she went to be neutered, and her poor little heart just couldn't take it, and she died on the operating table. They could keep her alive artificially on machines, but how were we going to do that? How was that going to work? So Tina was with her when she passed, as usual. I don't have the guts for that, I'm afraid. I can't do that. I put them into the boxes for Tina to take to the vet, and I say my goodbyes when they go into the box, and that's the last thing that I remember of them. It was particularly distressing with Jojo. It's not great. It's not a great feeling. So this little girl, Magic, there's something wrong with her too. We don't know what, there's nothing specific. She's quite old as well. George isn't old, and he's fine. A big strapping guy. Felix is probably the worst health-wise, and there he is. There's someone chasing the cats. So poor old Felix, he's started to go the same way as Jojo did, and he's getting very thin, and I can feel every bone. He's like a xylophone. But there's nothing we can do except keep him happy and comfortable, well fed for as long as we possibly can. I'm also not liking the looks of Chico at the minute, the big ginger boy. He's just slowing down. They do slow down, and you notice first of all when they start to have trouble jumping on the bed perhaps, or where they used to be able to jump no problem at all, they now find difficulty. Well, he's going through that. He had FIP. We noticed pretty early on that he had FIP last year sometime, and he went through the 3 months of GS tablets, and it seems to have cleared that up. But personally, I'm not entirely convinced that the treatment makes them totally better. There are always scars left, like Mr. Marengo can't hear in one ear and he can't see from one eye, and he limps on his left side. It seems that almost like a stroke in humans, he's been affected all down one side. But he's kind of quit eating, so he won't even eat the chicken or the beef, anything that we give him. He just he's asking for food, he's hungry, but he just won't eat it. So I don't know what's going on there. I just don't know. Who else is on the at-risk register? I'll mention these three. I've mentioned Mr. Marengo, who's inside on the table there. I've just been in that room there to check that he ate his food, and he hasn't touched it. So Felix ate the rest of it. He ate it all. So I'm going to have to try and find something else that Marengo will eat, because he hasn't eaten anything for days now. I don't know whether he eats biscuits when I'm not watching. Probably. I hope so. There was another to tell you about. Chico, Marengo, Felix, Amber, Minnie. As I said, all of these guys are pretty old. They've had a good life. A really good life. Minnie's outlived her two siblings by many years. They died around about 8 years old, 9 years old, both males. This is Max. He's Chico's double, apart from his little withered ear, which is very strange indeed. So somehow we're going to have to find the strength to cope with the future difficulties that are no doubt going to come down the path. There's only two things sure in life: death and taxes. And we get our fair share of both of those. More than our fair share. So I'm gonna go, guys. And I hope you watch the video, and I hope you subscribe and leave a like and ring the notification bell. Here's Minnie pretending she's a kitten. She still has lots of fun, you know. Still has really lots of fun for a 15-year-old girl. She chases imaginary things. She's in the best condition of all. The ones that I've mentioned who are at risk. As you can see, Minnie's she eats really well. She's got no teeth, and that causes her a problem. Felix has got no teeth. They were removed a long time ago. Minnie's teeth were removed a very long time ago. She had stomatitis, and the vet told us that the only way to treat the stomatitis was to remove all the teeth. So we went with that. We went with the wisdom, and it didn't help at all. It did not help at all. It's just made things more difficult for Minnie to eat. She's still got the stomatitis, and it's terrible, and it hurts her like hell. Her mouth's in a terrible mess inside. So guys, I'm going to go and get them some nice food now, something nice and soft. Stray Cat Trev. I love watching them play. Alright guys, I'm sorry for being a bit of an emotional wreck, but that's how it goes sometimes. I don't feel great myself. I've got a number of underlying health conditions that cause me difficulty, but just recently, in the last few months, things are getting difficult. And if this is how being 65 feels, you can keep it. You can have it all to yourself. Alright guys, see ya. Bye.